Hi all, welcome to another chess24 Banter Blitz. So just waiting for my preview here. We'll see the discount voucher code screen soon, hopefully. Okay. And you can get a major 15% off premium membership with the voucher code Kingscrusher, as you see here. So Kingscrusher. So don't miss out on that. You can challenge me and other streamers. You just turn up like 10-15 minutes, or it depends how popular they are. If they're Magnus Carlsen, probably an hour before or half an hour before, but he's been streaming as well. So it's a fantastic opportunity to play really, really strong players and bunnies like me as well, occasionally. Okay, so let's go on to the playing screen and check out the challenges today. So Manuel, hi, morning. So let's start with Manuel Prito Martin, and I'll play knight f6. I hope audio and visual is okay. Just let me know. I'll try King's Indian defense. Alright, I'll play e5 here. One thing is I'm trying to get that c5 square, so I'm going to try and celebrate this c5 square of knight a6 to c5. That doesn't bother me because it means b4 is a bit weaker than usual. My dark square campaign is underway, I think. If I have a knight on c5, that gives me fond memories of Fischer games in the King's Engine. So a knight on c5 here. Perhaps bishop a3, b6. Perhaps to be able to take with the b pawn. What else is there to point out here? h6. Alright, so this will rule out knight g5 in case I want knight h5 to f4 without any knight g5, and then f5. This would also hit the bishop on d3 here. So this looks quite promising to hit the bishop on d3. Okay, I think this opens up this bishop anyway if it's taken. That would be good for me, I think, this opening up that bishop. So I want to play now g5. Well, this knight's hanging for the moment, but once that's protected, I assume it's going to be protected. G5 looks good. Okay. For g4, just trying to reinforce a grip on the dark squares. And maybe install a dreaded form pawn coming up. Maybe queen h4, which prompts g3, queen h3 is dangerous for f3. This is a dangerous line of attack, surely. Queen h4. Maybe bishop e5 is actually a very useful move as well, containing black's pieces a bit. Sorry, containing white's pieces a bit. Bishop e5 might be a good positional move here. I guess okay, so I've got the fawn pawn on f3. Check out I've got a new fawn pawn t-shirt design if you want to check that out in my description, YouTube description, Teespring. There's a new wicked design out, and I've actually ordered it. It's going to be I've actually got my fawn pawn mug actually, but yeah, it's okay, so queen g5. Actually, I'm hitting the rook here. c1 is being hit. I was thinking queen g7 would hit c3. The other point of this, well, okay, let's try and hit. I don't want to do that actually, do I? Do I want to do that? Actually, I think I need the option to take here. Knight b5 might be a nuisance on c7. What else is there to do here? Okay, I'm going to take that and play b6. This should reinforce my queen side. I like the dark square blockades. h5, h4, king g7, rook h8. This seems as though it would be a good idea to play like this. King g7, rook h8, h4. would seem positionally good. Trying to learn from Leela Chess. I noticed, I think I broke a rule of Leela Chess in the last game of last week, where I sort of uncontained the opponent's pieces. If you look at a lot of Leela Chess play, it's always with containments of the opponent's pieces. I think I activated my opponent's pieces last time. Maybe trying to be a bit too technical, sometimes that can happen. You forget that you're sort of liberating the opponent's pieces. I think it's something to be aware of, positionally, the positional sort of context of what you're thinking about. So there's a tactical lure of sometimes winning material, or well, often winning material, but if you end up activating like the opponent's rooks and stuff, maybe it's not worth it. So I'm trying to bear that in mind now a little bit more. But H takes G, and then if I can just double the rooks here, I think this is looking very interesting. Doubling the rooks. Bishop takes G3 looks on the cards. With that form pawn there, this would be checkmate. Rook H1 will be checkmate. So bishop takes Rook H1 is checkmate. Let's test this out. But also this bishop's hanging anyway. Okay, I can just take this. It's a nice fork of queen and rook. Okay, I'll take the queen off here and take the rook. I think this is pretty cool. Pin this guy. And torture the pin. So yeah, I think this is falling apart for white. Thanks for the game there, Manuel. Okay, Kramnik student, a very dangerous player. I might need to reload here. I can hear the challenge accepted there. Let's try E4. So yeah, containment, I don't know, is a good one, I think. So E4, I'm hoping this game is in progress here. Is Kramnik student around? Okay. I'll try, let's try Smith Mora. Let's see, is that going to be accepted? Oh, this is very, very quick, isn't it? Wow. Okay. So we have this start position. This looks as though, okay, looks interesting. Bishop E3, the way it's being played here. Maybe. Okay, Queen E2. Drop the bishop back. I like the central pressure. I don't know if my rook should be somewhere else. Necessarily. This for H4 and Knight G5 seems to spring to mind as a potentially dangerous idea, I hope, for the crude Queen H5 and maybe F4 to follow. If I wonder if F4 is any good here. So H6, F4. If I could like lift the rook via D2 to H2 later, if there was any HG, I think that would be dangerous. I think F4, F5 anyway looks up my street for sort of attacking chess. F4, F5 looks pretty nifty as an idea. Maybe the bishop's going to be blunted a bit with Knight C4. Is that, maybe that's the idea. Okay, well here, I like the H file potential, and I haven't even sacrificed the piece, so can I not just kick this and use the H file soon? Doubling there would help. It controls c4. Knight c4, rook e2, knight e3, rook h2, h6, g takes g6. Alright, if I drop the bishop back for a moment, this might be safe to... Okay, there's queen a7, king g2, or king f1. Maybe king f1 there. Queen a7, king f1. So I want to sort of sneak a rook in to the h file. In fact, check. What about just king g2 and then rook h1? That looks much better in many aesthetic respects. King g2 for rook h1. Yeah, I'm looking forward to king g2 and rook h1 here. This temporary pawn sack is a defensive idea though. h6. How would that be dealt with? G takes g6. Okay, that could be a tricky one. Yeah. Not really sure. If I played g6 instead, I don't know if that's mostly harmless. So I guess g6, queen here with the idea of check and then queen f6. If f6, yeah, I think with this blockade on c4, it's possible to do this kind of temporary pawn sack, probably. Maybe I've got him worried anyway, but I think that sort of mechanism is pretty cool. Oh, okay, g6 has been stopped for a moment. Okay, well that hits the queen now. This is better because I could take the queen on c5 and go to the 7th rank. I think that's desirable. If that really is the case, sort of winning a pawn. I would have thought that's a bit in my favour. Except this situation. Can I do this to hold e4? Because otherwise I don't really want to lose my centre pawn. It takes, I'm holding there. So bishop takes c4. And this is like, is there d5 after? Oh, hang on, this will be dangerous for h7 check. If this bishop was on that diagonal, it's dangerous for h7 checkmating. Okay, I can hit this with tempo, this bishop. It looks as though this could be interesting, this situation. Holding the rook, bishop e3 for bishop d4. I'm thinking this is dangerous if h7 and bishop d4 now. But also, aren't I immediately threatening bishop d4 potentially? Isn't my opponent's position kind of overloaded here if I played bishop d4, f6, h8, rook h8? Okay, maybe not. If I took and then f6, bishop takes h8, oh, there's e3 after. Okay, unless I'm missing something there. It looks almost as if there was something. Bishop d4, f6, h8, rook takes h8, bishop takes f6. Am I missing something? I think I am. Yeah, there's this. h8 takes, check, check. Rook takes, check. King f1. Check, check, takes, check, king f1. Right. Try and grab this pawn, or is it too slow? Oh, there's going to be bishop c4 in any case. So can I just keep this pawn for a moment? Oh. As long as my king's on e1, then the bishop's not going to be disturbing the blockade. But it is getting a bit scary. Keep that pawn. Right. Come over here for c4. Right. This one. I've got a passed c pawn to push. As long as, yeah. Okay, I'll take this out. Yeah, nice little tactic there, thankfully for me. Very dangerous player. Thank you, Kramnik. Students. Jetzel, who's also very dangerous, took a game off me last week. So this is going to be, I'm not underestimating, I think the score's 9-3 between us. So I cannot underestimate Jetzel. I think he's underrated. Oh, we're not going to get this horrible Tarash like last time, are we? Oh, okay. I'm going to have to change my thinking here if it's going to be a Tarash. Can I try and play more solid? Oh, it's a bit passive. Oh, it's going to be a Tarash. I'm in a passive way, aren't I? I'm playing in a very passive way with bishop e2. Okay. Probably this isn't a very good sign. This position does seem to be like pretty passive. Can I at least try and do this to sort of get this bishop activated on this diagonal? Uh-oh. Has black equalized already? Yeah. Oh, the d4 move. Yeah. I don't know if I've got any advantage at all now. Apart from that, it's great. It's wonderful. Okay, if I go here, is that anything? Or maybe try and pin this bishop. Rook AD1, is there any advantage at all in this? I don't like the centre particularly blown wide open. I think but nevertheless, is there some issue maybe with this configuration? It's like at the moment. Actually, if I play hypermodern style with Queen A1 across this diagonal, is that something? So the battery. So the thing about batteries, the expensive parts of the battery, it's advisable to put them at the back. In general, knight d5, I wonder. Okay, so I've got a threat or two. G7 and doubling. I would hope that this is a reasonable position with this hypermodern construction. So if I doubled the rooks, okay, what's this move? Is it designed for rook e1? I'm not sure what it's designed for. Can I play bishop takes g7 basically? Bishop d4 after for rook g5. Or what about just direct bishop h8 threatens mate? Not here because it'd take bishop h8. Okay, f6. Bishop f6. Or what about rook g5? Rook g5, if bishop f3, check, rook g6, and then queen g7 is mating. Rook g5 for bishop h6. This seems dangerous. I think I'll go with that. Right, so if I took and bishop h6, threatening mate. I could play this for bishop e6. Would black have an immediate threat there? Okay, I'm hoping he misses bishop e6. I don't know if that's playing for a cheapo or not. It looks like a juicy thing to try and do bishop e6. So queen takes queen g7. Okay, I suppose some air for the king, just in case. Can I play a4 for b5? Is there something like queen c7 coming up? Maybe g3, I'll be in trouble. So queen c7, g3, oh blimey. This is getting a bit scary. Okay, what about, oh no. Alright, bishop f3 then. Oh, it doesn't look too hot. I think I'm starting to prefer black. Okay, rook d1, queen c7, g3. Alright, rook d1. Alright, so g3. Can I play? What about rook e1? Hang on, rook e1 for a moment. That would renew the threat of bishop e6. Round about here, bishop e6, queen e6, queen g7. There's no time for queen f2. Bishop f2, king h2, Bishop g3, king g3. So okay, on this occasion, revenge from last week. Very dangerous player, underrated player. I'm happy to win that. Thank you, Jetzel. Olaf. So, Olaf. Let's try King's Engine again. Where's my sound gone? Oh, my sound's gone. I don't know what I've done to the sound, I'm afraid. Does anyone know how to get it back? Oh, there it's come back. Let's come back a bit. So I think I'll go with knight h5, bayonet attack. Knight h5 is more popular, it seems, than knight e8 nowadays. Gonna try this. Sounds partially working at the moment. I don't know, some of the sound effects have disappeared. A bit weird. Alright, a little bit back. So I'm hitting c3. I've played this kind of thing before once, I think. I was inspired by Glorich with this piece sack. One of his King's Engine games. He got massive pawns on the king side later. It impressed me quite a bit. Can I get a knight to e5 to try and justify things? At least from a practical perspective, getting a knight to e5 and queen h4 I think will be very difficult. Well, I hope it's very difficult to defend. There's potential for the form pawn for f3 later. So knight d4, knight e5. So I want to try for queen h4, and there's things like knight f3 potentially. There's a few juicy things to look forward to, I would hope. Queen h4. I'm hoping there's a few juicy things to look forward to. There's knight f3 immediately here, and queen h4, which looks dangerous. I think I will try that immediately. So queen h4. If the king was on h2, queen f2 is like very dangerous. If rook e2, queen g1 mate. If king g2, then queen h4 is again dangerous. Surely, because of queen h2, queen h3. Well, that seems a bit desperate. I think job done here as far as compensation. I can take on h2 to hold the f4 pawn, maybe king f6 and rook g8. And there's rook g3, in fact. Almost. Okay, no. Knight e4 is coming up. Okay, if I try and contest this file, or queen h5. Queen h5 immediately. check. Check. Right, so I can move my king for rook g8 check. Looks pretty dangerous. There's also almost queen c2. Okay, there's knight e2. There's queen takes c4 though. That's an important pawn surely. If I take off c4, if I take off b4, now there's queen b6. This looks very dangerous. Winning the rook, at least. Alright, thanks for the game. Yeah, I thought it was a bit dangerous. Very good player. Look at this. Bit me a few times in the past. But I think in a practical sense, I like that the aesthetics of that, the pawn mass. Okay, Gogin pull. Is it? Do I need to reload all the time? Okay, Gogin pull. King's engine. Well, let's play the anti-London system. So this quick c5. All right. There's no knight f3 here because of e4. In fact, there's no knight e2 because of e4. Because here, oh, there's almost check, knight c3. Okay. Okay, if I just give the idea that knight b3, a4 later, but also bishop a7. Okay, I'll clamp down the opponent's pawns. Knight g4 seems nice. Let's see if castling. Okay, queen b6 looks active, hitting b2. Well, knight takes e3 looks pretty good here. Now knight d4 is possible. Queen takes, knight takes c2 check. Knight d4 seems possible. I see. I still think knight d4 anyway. So I cement that knight on e3. Taking on h3 seems, I don't know, maybe it's worth doing that. And just castling. So if I just bring my rook to the center, I'll be threatening knight g4 check. So yeah, rook a e8. Right, there is f6 here. Oh, there's queen takes h5, bit of play, so I'll stop that. Knight g4 to stop queen h5. And I want to play, I think, f6. Now I suppose if white wanted to have an attacking option, rook g3 takes g4, so rook g3, f takes, but maybe e4 there just blunts the bishop. So e4 blunts the bishop. Check wins the bishop. Okay, queen f6. Oh no, hang on, there's g3. Why don't I just take on f4 here? If g3, rook f2, as long as I make queen f6, g3, queen, rook f2. Alright, this hits that rook. And d5, okay. I could double defend with queen e6. For the moment. And play bishop d6 later. Okay, I'll defend this. Rook f5, kick the queen. Bishop d6. Now if the king moves, there's rook f1 winning the queen on g4. If king h3, well, that's more interesting. Queen e5 threatens queen h2. If g3, rook f. Okay, I can try rook f1 here to just get access to h2. Alright, I think I'm just taking this. It looks pretty good. If I just got the queens off. Thanks for the game, Goggin. Okay, Jose. Did I miss something? Knight f5 check. Was there a knight f5? Okay, I don't know. Okay, so Jose. Is Jose around? 1 elephant, 2 elephants, 3 elephants, 4 elephants, 5 elephants, 6 elephants, 7 elephants, 8 elephants, 9 elephants, 10 elephants. I don't know where Jose is. I'm gonna have to abort. Amigo Alex, e4. Let's try Smith Mora. It's a bit of fun, usually. Oh, this gives me a nice center. I think I'll go with f4. This kind of excites me usually, this kind of position with that pawn wedge in the center. H4 attack is this weakens the diagonal if g5. I'm wondering about knight takes g5. If black castled, knight takes g5. Castles Knight takes g5, hg, h6, bishop moves h7, bishop h8, queen h5 threatens queen h6. If black doesn't castle, I'm going to go knight e4 to d6. Let's just calculate that again. Castles, knight takes, h takes, h6, bishop h8, h7, king g8, queen h5, with the threat of queen h6. It looks good to me. Okay, so knight e4 here threatens knight d6, check. Alright, g4, if takes, bishop b5 after. So knight takes, queen takes, check, then take the queen. So if we calculate knight e7, knight d6 check, king f8, then what? The king's on the f file. Maybe I just castle or something, because that rook's then hitting f7 after knight takes g5. Oh, this knight's been left. Okay. Queen b3, bishop e6, queen b7, rook b8, okay, bishop f5. There's lots of interesting possibilities. I think bishop c4 might be simple and strong for queen b3. Just looking at f7. Alright, so I just hit d5 again. Knight c7, d5, bishop d7, knight f7, king f7, e6. Okay, can't I just win d5 there? Okay. Take on e6, take on f7. Or take on f5 threatens mate. Queen f7. If f2, king f1 to avoid the check, I'm still threatening mate, I'm hitting the queen. So king f1, threatening mate and threatening the queen. Queen c7, okay, there's rook c1. Right here, maybe just bishop b4. Right, knight c8. Isn't that kind of pinning the queen and threatening the queen? So, oh, there is queen takes b4. Oh no, hang on. So what about just bishop c5 then, for a moment? So I'm threatening knight b7, winning the queen, or knight c8, either. Knight c8. Alright, thanks for the game, amigo. Cobra. So, Cobra. Is Cobra around? Cobra? Okay. Form pawn. Yeah, I got the designer to do a new form pawn. If you want to check it out, there's t-shirts and everything. Okay. Okay, knight f6. Oh, another London system. Okay. Anti-London system activated. So this knight c6, I'm trying to tap into the point that the bishop's neglected b2. This does suffer from allowing e5, surely. Well, e4 looks pretty good here. Because I'm controlling that d4 square. Well, can I not just play g5 there? This knight's hobbling around. Queen b6 looks good. Bishop g4 looks good. It's like the queen's a bit overloaded. Something looks painful about white's position here. Queen f1, queen b2. E3 looks vulnerable. I suppose my king's in the center. Queen b2. I suppose white's castles. If I played bishop takes e3, white castle. Can I get away with bishop e3 with my king in the center? I'm not sure I want to risk it, so I'm going to castle. So if castling bishop takes e3 and knight e4 looks good. Oh, okay, I'll take this pawn anyway. Maybe rook b8 now. Threatens mate. Oh, I've just given up the exchange for nothing. Okay. Knight e4 threatens knight c3 check. Anyway. Right, thanks for the game, Cobra. Yeah, I missed that. Bishop could take, actually. Maybe it's still dangerous, though, after. Friedel. Okay. Oh, yeah, fawn pawns. You're right, I could count fawn pawns. Yes. Okay. Instead of elephants. Good point. Okay. Friedel. One pawn. Okay. Knight f6. Oh, we're gonna have another. It's Day of the London system. Is it? It's Day of the London system. Oh man. I think this is an okay position. Well, at the moment, I would say b5, and it looks okay in some respects. Can I get a knight to a4? Because this looks good to me. Getting a knight to a4 before doing anything. Maybe g5 just to stop any naughty business over here. Try and contain my opponent's pieces. Where possible. So knight b6 to a4. How would white actually defend b2? Okay, my king's in the center. So I guess I don't suppose h5 does anything. Could I still do d takes and knight a4, I wonder? I'll just go with it. D takes knight a4. Was there d5 for knight d6? Okay, maybe I should move my king a bit, or castle. Move my king there. So I don't want to run into d5 on knight a4 with knight d6 ideas. I don't like this alignment of the rook and the king there. That's a kind of tactical danger signal. Okay, so knight b7 is threatened. Alright. So rook a7. Alright, oh. No, hang on. Oh, I think I might need to let that go. Okay. Let something go. There's a knight takes b5. Maybe I should just do this, just to try and hold my pawns together. So knight a4 now. I think I want a blockading knight on d5. Where possible. So rook here and then f6, maybe. And then king f7. Any bishop d5, rook d5. Is f5 possible here for f4? That would seem to shut down the opponent's dark square bishop. Oh, I've given him a good something. Okay, what have I given him? Okay, can I play for f4? Oh, he shut down my bishop. Oh, that's nice. Okay, this or this. Bishop d5. It's prompting me for bishop d5 with his king on g2. King f6. Bishop e4 to d3. Is there some tactic here? Alright, my dark squares are being undermined. Okay, my squares are being undermined. I'll play bishop d3 for a moment. I see, my squares are really being undermined. I can play that. That's illegal, isn't it? Knight g4. Right, might need exchange sack or blockade. King f6 or blockade. Is that possible? King away from the dark squares. Maybe the knight going back to d5 and then trying to liberate these two connected passed pawns is a plan. Pawn mobility. While simultaneously blockading the opponent's pawn. So knight b6 to d5. Alright, things are changing rapidly. There might be g3 here. Okay, knight b6 to d5, how slow is that? If I get in f4, hang on, that's a liability for d5 though. I think it's possible. There's rook e5, king d6. If I get in f3, oh, okay. Change your plan then. I seem to be shedding pawns. Okay, over here. There's rook e3. Any good? Nope. No, it's all about the clock at the moment because I've got a totally busted position. My position's busted. Oh, well played. I thought I was getting some blockade, but yeah, tactically I was losing all my bits tactically. Well played. Yeah, I was hoping for it's better than that. Better than that. Yeah. Okay. Did we just play Manuel earlier? Did we? I thought we might have. Okay, I think I'm going to abort this. I think we might have played earlier, I suspect. Battery Bob. We haven't played today. So, hi, Battery Bob. I've got stingy eyes all of a sudden. Try this. Works on closed eyelids. Okay. Let's try this short variation. It seems a favourite of Leela. Well, Leela's as well. The Nigel Short Bishop E2. Short Bishop. Just for fun. And taking away from the centre. Actually, right. Maybe my opponent could have built up on E5 just then. So Bishop G3, F4. Alright, Knight takes F5 looks tempting. If Queen takes D5. If Knight takes E5, though, then that's a problem. Maybe. Yeah, it seems E5 is dropping anyway. So, okay, let's see. Knight takes E5. Even B7 is held, okay. If I played, I need to get my pieces out. Knight A3, Knight D2. Something to get the pieces out. I'm not really sure. Knight A3, maybe. I've got a pawn majority, potentially, I suppose. I've got 3-2 pawn majority. C4, C5. Okay, if that's ever going to see the light of day, though. Rook C2. So he's on, okay, this one. Can I play bishop f3? So a4 is going to be dropping. Okay, so bishop f3 and that a4 drop for a moment. Try and get some piece coordination. Bishop c6, try and get knight b5 in. It's not very convincing. Oh, there is knight d6. On rook c6 there's knight d4. Maybe it's not that bad as tactical stuff goes. Knight d4 or knight a7. Maybe knight a7. I can protect my a4 for a moment. Only for a moment. There's rook a8. Alright. This might threaten knight c7. Knight c7. Aha. Okay. What about knight d5? Knight d5. Now potentially there's king f1 and knight e7 potentially. Rook e4, knight f6. Alright, potentially f4 coming up. Or knight takes b6. Once I'm going to knight takes b6. Alright, so yeah. g3 and h4. Comes to mind. Trying to okay, stop the rook on the 7th with rook c2. I think g3 trying to restrain black's pawn structure. So g3 and f4. G3 and something. I don't know about f4. G3, h4. Okay, I think g3 is useful. King g2. Okay. Can I kick this out for a moment? h4. Right. If I go back here, I can take that. If I can lift the blockade, this is a passed c pawn. Or a passed pawn coming up. I'll take that. Alright, thanks. Yeah, it was equal all the way, I mean, until the end, really. Well played. Or maybe even better for you. Okay, so always blame the mouse. Okay. I clipped it, so I'm reloading now. Always blame the mouse. Hi there. Okay, 1 form pawn, 2 form pawns, 3 form pawns, 4 form pawns, 5 form pawns. Okay, Smith-Morrow Gambit. So I have this Maroczy bind, which could be quite enjoyable. Setting up the Maroczy, the dreaded Maroczy bind. What was this Leela plan I saw recently? I think it was b4, Queen e1 to f2. When there was a b6 target. There's no b6 major target here. I can still play something like rook c1 though. Oh, crikey. Oh no. I shouldn't have allowed that, should I? It's not so Maroczy bind here. No. Okay. Bishop g5. At least there's some weaknesses to play with. This diagonal. The diagonal of death. With that f pawn moving. E takes, knight takes, bishop c4. Okay, bishop c4 here doesn't do much. Surely knight b1 seems okay. Just reroute to c4. I can do that. There's queen b3. Is that worth doing? No. I mean, maybe it's worth doing. I mean, knight takes, queen b3. So d4 is more vulnerable, I would hope. It is a light square bishop to give up, though. Can I play f4 here? b4, knight c4, e5. b4. Any knight c4, there might be b5 from my opponent. Okay, knight g3 might run into g5. h3, b4, knight b3 to c5. Okay, I'll try and mark out the c5 square. Knight b3. Oh, a5 looks a nuisance. I mean, bishop f2 is handy. Okay, that c5 square looks a bit handy for knight c5 coming up. I think I'll go into it here. Covering c4 as well. He's weakening the dart squares potentially. If I double the rooks, rook c8. Right, let's see. Doubling the rooks, rook c8. F5 runs into knight e5. Is it? Oh. Okay. Double here. Well, there's bishop takes d4 here. I don't know, it's like a self pin though. Is it worth it? I mean, maybe there's knight f3 after. Or rook d5. I don't know if it's worth it. Do I need to go into the self pin? Yeah. Maybe just queen e3 after that. Takes, and there's knight f5 though, or is there rook takes f5? Alright, knight f3 here. Okay, there's going to be a knight f5, but at least I've got bishop g1 if I'm going to get mated on the back row. Bishop g1. Okay, so knight f5, bishop g1. Queen e5, trying to just get the queens off. Okay, my pawns are a bit doubled. Does it matter about the double pawns? There's a nice knight on f5. If I played knight takes instead, rook takes, knight takes, rook f4, rook c7. Maybe that's a better bet. Knight takes e5 might be a better bet. Alright, so yeah. If I have rook c7, I think I'll have something with rook c7. Like a bit of pressure. There's knight f6, for example. King h2 extinguishes knight g3. Rook f8, king h2. I'm immediately threatening knight f6. I imagine rook f8, king h2. Right. So knight e5 looks as though g6 is a problem. Can I not just take on g6? If I throw in right, knight e5 here. Okay, so g2 is a problem. But I get a few checks in now. This looks like a juicy check. Alright, now here check protects g2. Okay, there's knight f1 happening. King g2. Okay, knight d3 then. Knight takes. Check. Take the knight. Alright, yeah, interesting, yeah. Thanks, always playing the mouse. Okay. Have I reload? Chapper. Smith Mora. Oh, quick b5, huh? Wow. I think this runs into knight d5 quite quickly. Oh, don't know about here. Maybe not. Okay, what about a4? B4. Okay. H4. E5. Knight G5. Bishop E7. Queen H5. H6. Knight E6 is possible. Why don't I just do this? Queen H5 and Knight E6. If H6, Knight E6. That looks dangerous. Black's not really developed. Yeah. Bishop E7, Queen H5. If H6, Knight E6. Yeah, it looks dangerous to have this perk of Queen H5 when the knight's not on its more natural state, you know, F6. So Queen H5. Getting that dark square bishop would be something. Let's imagine bishop g5, bishop g5. Queen moves somewhere. Rook a d1. Let's imagine castling. Okay, yeah. How about f4 for f5? This looks really interesting. Am I giving up the e5 square for nothing? Maybe bishop e3 is stronger, because I can imagine bishop takes and then using the e5 square. If I played bishop e3 for rook ad1 first, this might be more sensible. Rook ad1, maybe just h4. I don't want this permanent e5 square without being able to challenge with f4. If that f pawn's taken away, knight e5 is a juicy knight, basically. How about rook ad1 h4, then f4, f bishop g5 hg. So rook ad1 h4. Don't want to give this e5 knight a perching square. So rook ad1 h4. Does it matter about that? Do this. Right. That is threatened because the knight's... Okay, so knight here. The knight's protecting the rook, so that is a threat. So if I took queen h6, what would be the follow-up? Is there a follow-up? There might not be. I can do this as though I'm going to play a rook left. Maybe with rook g3 at some point. So if I play e5 here to try and close the centre, oh, there's bishop f3, and then knight takes e5. Oh, I think here's the time where it might be something. for knight d4 and rook h3. Let's imagine rook e8 for bishop f8. If I play knight d4, bishop f8, queen h5. Well, I'll take away these squares, I hope. Mind you, I've killed my rook left. Mind you, h4, knight g5. If I take like this, it's king g1 thingy after. Knight g5 is immediate threat here. Knight e5, knight g5. Oh, there's queen takes g5 for knight f3 check. No, there isn't. Right, f6 here. Okay, knight g5 is possible. Is f4 any good? If I double on d file, so e5 for knight e4 later. Knight e4. Knight e4 is possible here. I hit the rook. Knight h7 for knight f6. If I played knight h7 first, unless knight e4 does anything straight off the bat. Does it? I think knight h7. So knight e4, knight f6. All right. That changes things. Okay, I'll go back. Can I get the d4 square at least as a blockade? Oh, it's a bit scary. Is that anything here? f5? Check. Knight takes e6. That looks good. If I just take on e6, and he's doubling rooks. No. I can't allow rook c8, c2. Right, if I protect the second rank for a moment. Alright, so this pawn could cause trouble. Alright, so knight takes threatens knight g5 check, which has got d4 though. Do I play it anyway? I'll play here, it's safer, I don't want to get mated too easily. Alright, it's dangerous, I thought, for the time control. Okay, yeah, it's 1 o'clock. Okay, I think that's time. Thanks. Let's have a look at the voucher code screen. So voucher code Kingscrusher, 15% off. Yeah, check that out. All right, have a nice Sunday and see you next week. Okay, thanks very much.